Dude, today in the studio, I got a real treat for you. Keaton motherfucking Hoskins, aka The Muscle.
Yes, sir.
You guys might know him from Diesel Brothers television show. You might know him from Mission Nutrition, One Mission Nutrition. You might know him from Instagram. Like you got a following.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, he's got a lot of shit going on, dude. You're the true definition, I would say, of an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Not an entrepreneur. You know, there's a lot of entrepreneurs out there. That's business people that are full of shit.
Yeah. Yep.
And I don't know why they want to do that. Like I could flash a lot more than I flash, but like, you know, I don't. Why? Yeah. Well, because like when I see people flashing, I always just think to myself, like, you know, is their content not solid enough?
Yeah.
But you guys got solid content, dude. I like the house you're building. Anybody want to see a badass house? Go follow them on social media, the.muscle on social media. Cause I see your house a lot, dude. That thing's badass. Did you help design that?
Come on.
Like, is there a designer that did that? Like
no,
an architect?
So essentially I did it and we weren't even married when I started. So I essentially built it or designed it as supposed to be a bachelor pad. So when you come, you kind of get this, like, it's very, it's got a cold feeling, which I like. It's still concrete. And we've warmed it up a little bit for the girls, but yeah, I kind of designed it and then
just in your imagination.
Yeah. And then pretty much built it. I had a contractor, but I did a lot of the work.
Dude, how did you know to do all this shit? So you guys are up in Utah. Are you Mormon?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody in Utah is Mormon.
Yeah, I think.
Still Mormon?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if by definition, I guess other Mormons would call me a Mormon, but yeah, I am.
Well, would they say in good standing?
Yeah, they would say he's definitely not in good standing.
Yeah.
The guy
my brother's Mormon. He said our family used to be Mormon until my grandma came along and changed us to Catholic.
Yeah.
Which, you know, that only lasted for a second.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we just kind of quick, like I don't ever remember being Mormon. I think it was generations before.
Yeah.
But every Mormon I know is good freaking people.
Yeah.
So I don't know about whether or not it's the truth you guys think it is, but I do know if you were going to judge by evidence, it seems like the fucking Mormons are good people.
Yeah.
But you don't have enough kids to be Mormon, so you better get busy.
No, we got to double what we have, I think.
Yeah, I got 7.
We're trying to get there.
So you just build that shit. How do you know how to do everything, dude?
I don't. I 100%
yeah, but like you got,
I don't know how to, dude.
Multiple businesses.
Yeah, but I don't know how to do anything. I just go and fucking do it, and I just figure it out. I'm telling you, man. I had this question just the other day. Somebody asked me like, "Hey, man, you're getting into the coaching space now. Like, I just launched my coaching group.
Oh yeah, what's that called?
Limitless Society. And overnight, it just blew up. Tons and tons of people have come, and I had a coach who's been coaching for a long time. He called me and was like, "Dude, how did you do this?" I don't know. I just want to do shit. I'm the last person to talk about something and the first person to do something, and I'm also the first person to make all of the mistakes. And that's how it was, dude. My house probably should have cost half of what I paid for it because I fucked up so many times with so many different things. Like, dude, even the beginning, just laying the foundation, I paid the concrete guy like 60 grand to get started. The guy bounced on me. I'm like, what the hell is this? And everybody's like, oh yeah, you don't pay these guys up front. You got to pay them after they do the job. And I'm like, cool. Well, that was a $60,000 lesson I just learned.
So he just bailed on you.
He just bailed. Yeah.
You dude, you're a pretty big dude. Why don't you just show up?
Well, so I did. I probably shouldn't say this on the air, but I called him and I said, listen, man, you come up to my house and you fist fight me and I will waive your debt. You and me, one-on-one. He was a big Polynesian dude. And he, I
gotta be careful with the Polynesians.
Yeah.
Hawaiians are tough like a son
They
of a
are.
bitch.
They are. That's actually why I spend a lot of time in that kind of culture and community. But I said, listen, you and I both know how you were raised, and an ass whooping is how that culture is. And I said, listen, you took 60 grand. I know you spent it and you're not going to pay me back. I know you don't have that money. So I want you to come up and we're going to fight. I don't give a shit if you beat me up or I beat you up. At the end of the day, we'll squash it. He never did. He got too scared. But, you know, that was the beginning of me learning, like, okay, so I don't know how to build a house. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm going to keep going, but it's very apparent that I need to like have some kind of a game plan together. And that was the beginning of that you have no idea what you're doing, bro.
Now, 21 years old is when you said you started.
Yeah. So I was a Mormon missionary. I came back from my mission at 21. My father was really, really sick. And 3 months after I got home, he died. And he preached all the time, 401k, college, like safety. And the last year of his life, he was the CEO of a big company. Last year of his life, the company's like, nah, fuck you. You got to go, man. You're dying. We can't have you around. And that taught me everything I needed to know of what he was trying to teach me, and that there was no safety in anything. So I was like, well, fuck it. Then I'm just going to go ahead and do whatever I want. And I started a company at 21.
What kind though?
The first company I started, I actually got in. It's funny. When my dad died, he died from congestive heart failure. And it kind of sent me really quickly into this idea that I wanted to get into medicine. So when I had got back from my being a Mormon missionary, I was like, I'm going to be a doctor. Just the stupidest shit I probably could have thought of because I can't study very well. And so I went to pre-med and I started doing some stuff and was like, no, this isn't for me. I don't want to do this. And essentially, every doctor I ever talked to was like, it's not worth the money. Don't do it. If you're in it for the money, don't do it. So I was like, all right, I got to figure out what I want to do. And in the interim of figuring out what I wanted to do, I was like, I'm going to start training people at the gym. I'm going to just work for myself, train people at the gym. So I started in a gym. I essentially walked in and said, hey, I just need to use the gym. And they're like, well, we have managers that help you, get clients and yada, yada, yada. I was like, I don't want any of that. I just let me start training. I'll bring in my own people. I'll sell them, whatever. So I started training people. And within 3 months, the owner of the gym came and was like, I don't know what you're doing, but you're selling more than anybody else. You're selling more than the memberships are selling. And I want you to take over the gym. And I thought, okay, I don't love this idea because I can't work for somebody, but if we can work into ownership, I'm in, dude, let's do it. So we started opening up gyms all over Utah. They were the first, like that $10 month to month thing. And then we would get people in and we would sign them up on personal training. And within the first year, we opened up 3 gyms, and every gym we were supposed to open up, I was supposed to get some ownership out of it. Lo and behold, it was time for that. And he was like, oh, no, kind of screwed me out of that. Ended up screwing me out of a ton of stuff really quickly. I was like, fuck you, man, I'm out. This whole place is going to go under and I'm going to take all of your clientele. So I took not only my clientele for training, I took trainers. I went, sat down with every one of the trainers I knew. I said, listen, I know what you're making here. Give me the next 6 months. I will double your income and you won't even have to come back to a gym. And the trainers were like, all right. They knew me. They knew that what I had done that was legit. We had sold millions of dollars in personal training. So I had 5 trainers come with me and I went door to door and knocked on people's doors and said, hey, I can get you in shape. You don't have to come to a gym. I'll bring the equipment and I'll bring a trainer to your house. So I started a company called MoFit for mobile fitness. I gave trainers a Bosu ball, some kettlebells, some bands. I said, listen, just get in there and get these people moving, train them. You have training on how to get people in shape. So we started and just blew up. Like overnight, I was billing like $80,000 in the first 2 months. I was paying my trainers. I was paying them decent and I was collecting cash, and cash is king. So real quickly, I was like, oh shit, I can sell this. I can do this for the rest of my life because I was making good money, And within, I think it was about a year, I had a local gym owner come to me and he was like, listen, I have one of the biggest gyms in Utah. I need you to help me flip it. We're losing money. I don't know what I'm doing, yada, yada, yada. I said, all right, I want the building and I want the gym 50%. I'm not paying one dime because it's not worth shit because you're paying $40,000 a month to keep the doors open. Your business is worth nothing. I'll bring in $80,000 of personal training revenue, which will flip the script, and then I will build it to $1 million a month, So right out of the gates, I launched that. I started building the gym with him. I started
So he made a deal.
I made a deal, yeah.
No, he made a deal.
Oh, yeah, he made a deal.
With you?
Yeah.
But so he said yes.
Yeah, so he said yes.
Why'd you say 50?
50 what?
Why'd you say 50%? Why didn't you say 80?
Because I was 21. I didn't know. I didn't know how to negotiate yet.
Yeah, because you were bringing the whole thing.
Oh, dude, I was bringing all of it. I had no idea.
Drowning.
But you know what it was? I think it was my picture of something bigger that I was confused on. When you're young, you make stupid fucking mistakes. You look back and you go, God, I should have just tweaked it just a little bit. All I could focus on when I said this to him was, you have an $8 million building that you're not paying rent on, that you own. I want to own that building after we start paying rent. I don't give a fuck about the gym. The gym's paying $65,000 a month once it starts cash flowing. And now I own 50% of an $8 million building that's cash flowing the tenants within, right? So the gym, everything I didn't care about. All I wanted was the building. Like that was in my mind, I was like, this is it. This is going to be, So we started doing stuff. He was a silent partner. And one of the deals I made with him, I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to talk to you because you're 65. You have hundreds of millions of dollars. The guy was filthy rich. He had done one good business deal in his life and it had made him like $600 million. It was just a crazy, stupid number. I don't want your advice. You've run this now for 4 years. You're negative $40,000 a month. Thank you. But I'm going to do this, Well, once we flipped it and we started making money and we started making 40 grand, 60 grand, 80 grand. And if anybody on your podcast is listening, gyms don't really make money. They never have. I've owned a lot of them. I have a lot of friends who own gyms. They don't make a lot of money. So if that's your thought, don't do that. So as soon as we started making money, all of a sudden, Mr. Big Nuts wanted to pretend like it was him and wanted to step in and started having all these crazy ideas. And I was like, dude, this isn't going to fly. And speaking of Mormon, he was a hardcore Mormon. And he came to me and was like, hey man, I want people parting their hair. I want trainers wearing polos. And dude, you're talking about guys that were tatted from head to toe and they looked rough, but they were some of the best trainers in the world. And he wanted to kick them out because of the way they looked. And he wanted to run this gym like a church. And all of a sudden it was like, okay, this isn't working. And then of course he got into this well, cash is king. So if I got to do a cash call, I can kick you out right away. And I thought, holy shit, dude, I'm back in the same fucking position I was with the other gym owner. Yeah, he's got tons of money. I don't have any money. I got a few $100,000. This guy's talking about millions and millions of dollars. So in the interim of launching that and doing that gym is when my friends, the Diesel brothers, said, hey, we're launching this company and we're going to give away trucks and we're going to do it with apparel sales. And I was like, I'm in. I'll sell all of your website. I'll help you launch the website side, advertising. I'll help you build the trucks because that's what I like to do is build shit. Any vehicle you could possibly think of, I can build. And we launched that. And in the interim of kind of this disgruntled, crazy partnership that I had, we started being kind of successful over here with what it was called Diesel Sellers at the time. And I just got to a point where I was like, dude, I don't like where I'm at. I don't like this at all. I'll walk away from this shit. I'm not doing this shit anymore with somebody. I'll make more money somewhere else. My ex-wife, wife at the time was like, you're crazy. We can't walk away from this. It doesn't make any sense. You put all this time and money and energy in. And I just remember thinking, yeah, but it's not worth the bad energy that I'm going to chase this guy in court. He has millions of dollars. He's going to tie me up in court for years. I don't have enough money to do that. So I essentially jumped over to Diesel Brothers and building that. And then I took the idea of personal training, which was a monthly contractual value of something and billing people. And I just said, I'm going to do that with everything from here on out. So I went to the dentist. I said, hey man, I want to start a company with you. I'm going to show you how you can have more clients and not use insurance. And all you have to do is bill them monthly, like a personal training contract. Right. So I go to my local dentist. I'm like, hey, you clock in, you clock out. I'll do everything else. I start sitting down with people. Hey, this is what you need. You got $10,000 worth of work on your teeth. You got 12 months to pay for it. So it's going to be, $800 a month. You ready to do it? Oh yeah, that's way better. I don't have $12,000. I want to do it. So I launched a dental office. Same kind of idea as the personal training thing where it was like, oh, well, I'm just kind of financing people.
Do you have any collection issues?
No, surprisingly. We had 10% of people not pay and we had just one person doing billing stuff and they were collecting almost 8%. So we had 2% people not pay. And I think it was because people were so excited about getting their needs met because if, and I don't want to go too deep into this hole, but insurance is total bullshit, especially dental insurance.
Especially
my daughter just got braces and we have the best dental insurance ever. My ex-wife does. She's like, oh, we have to pay for them. What do you mean? We have dental insurance. She's like, no, they only pay for $1,800 for her whole life. And I'm like, wait, You're paying $40 a month and you get $1,800 for her whole life. Those numbers don't add up. She's like, yeah, that's kind of the rule. So anyways, we're so happy at the time to get work done that they didn't want to mess their shit up. And, I can't go back and repo your teeth. But if I had to do a full set of teeth with somebody, that could take 6 months. Well, guess what? You stop paying your bill on month 2, get the fuck out. We're not finishing your teeth. So we never really had any collections. So then I realized, like,
you guys all see what I mean? Like, dude, you've lived the life of 100-year-old.
Yeah, it's crazy. So then, and this is where it gets really crazy. I went and I got my wife a breast augmentation, and I'm sitting there talking to the doctor. I'm like, I think I can do more breast augmentations than you've ever done. And this is one of the number one breast augmentation, even to this day, in Utah. And Utah's like second in the United States for breast augmentations. I said, listen, I think I can get you more than you're doing now. He's like, oh, okay. I said, give me a year. Clock in, clock out. Don't do anything else. And
what does that mean? Clock in, clock out?
Well, so essentially, people are good at like one or two things, right? You're a good surgeon. You're not a fucking good CPA if you're a good surgeon. If you're a good doctor, you're not a good business owner. You're just not. And I'm sure some people are going to listen to this and be like, fuck you, man. I run my dentist office. Great. You probably do. It's probably okay. But if you brought in an actual business mentor, he would tell you you're doing things wrong. You're good at being a dentist. Be a dentist. Make your money. But find somebody that helps you be more efficient, more effective, ads, like all of that shit. Dude, you go to some of these dental offices, and I use that because that was one of my first companies. They're getting taken by marketing companies. Marketing companies are walking in going, you give us $50,000 a month and we'll make you $100,000 a month. And it's like, dude, you could have paid $2,500 a month for that shit. And you paid them $50,000 because they don't know. They're not business savvy, or I should say most. I don't want to say everybody. So anyway, so we did that. And this is kind of a side note. I'm the oldest of 5 kids, and 4 of us are boys. And then we have 1 younger sister. And when my dad died in front of all of us, he actually died in our living room in my arms. It taught every one of us, like, we're not going to go that route. We love you, Dad. And we really appreciate the ethic that you taught us in work, but we're not going to do the school and we're going to do our own thing. So the dental office, I launched with them. They were all much younger. And then this plastic surgery clinic, same thing. I launched with them. And went to the doctor and was like, listen, just punch in, punch out. Don't worry about business. Don't worry about advertising. Don't worry about sales. Don't worry about the back end billing. None of it. Don't do anything. Show up, do the surgery, get the fuck out of the office. So we did. And within the first year, he did more breast augmentations than he could even possibly imagine.
How? What was your?
So same thing. We carried over this idea of
financing.
So you got 18
so you lay over on your tits.
Yeah, kind of. So you got these 18 to 21-year-old girls that can't get a credit card, don't have any credit, don't have any money, and daddy's not paying for shit, but they want new boobs.
Lay away.
So what do? We step in and we say, hey, here's the deal. Breast augmentation, $7,500, give or take, whatever. You give us $1,500 down. You pay us $300 a month for the next 15 months. They're yours, right? The best part about that is your upfront cost is covered. It's only $1,500 for breast augmentation. That's about what it costs. After you get the silicone and the surgery and the anesthesiologist out the door, you're $1,500, give or take a little bit. So our cost is already taken care of up front. The rest is just profit. So all of a sudden we start signing contracts with these women, and it's like, oh, we just did 75 breast augmentations. Month 2, month 3, we did 100. And he's like, dude, I've never in my life. I did 100 last year, And same thing. We had 10% not pay. But the problem is that it's the same thing. It's an ongoing thing. So you would sign them up. They would pay their $1,500. You'd get them in the booking. By month 2, you would have their first appointment. So they're already into their second payment. By month 3, you have their surgery. By month 4, you have their post-op. So 4 months in, they still have to come to the doctor. You stop paying, you're not getting your shit. You're like, and I guess some people can go, I don't need the doctor anymore, but most didn't.
Yeah. Well, do you know what's more profitable than boob jobs?
Butt lifts.
Labioplasty or labiaplasty.
Oh, yeah.
It's because apparently all you got to do is just go.
Yeah.
Literally just.
So we did all of that at the clinic. Like breast augmentations was just what we led with, but we did everything. He did facelifts and tummy tucks and liposuction and everything. And it was really, really profitable. And at that point in my career, so I was 26 by then, I think, the show really took off and it was taking a lot of my time. And dude, we were filming from 9 a.m. till 5 o'clock at night every day. So my brothers are like, dude, you're always gone. I like, we appreciate launching and killing it, but like, you're always gone. I said, that's totally cool. Buy me out of everything. So my brothers bought me out of the dental office, the plastic surgery clinic. And then I started just launching everything I could. I launched One Mission Nutrition, a supplement company. We launched.
Did you have a bunch of cash to do it now?
No, I didn't. I have never. So I've launched 22 companies. I have never in my life spent more than $7,500 to launch a company ever. Wow. Even the supplement company. And the supplement company was, I struck a deal with somebody to build the website. I struck a deal with somebody to get supplements in place. That was the one that I put $7,500 down for supplements and then immediately started selling. In month one, we did 30 grand in supplement sales. And by then I had cash flow to go forward. But at that point, it was like, shit, dude, I can do anything I want. I may not have a fucking clue what I'm doing or where I'm going, but I'll figure it out. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? I'm going to fail and I'm going to lose $7,500 or I'm going to look stupid. So I just kind of started rolling from there and just went crazy. So, I mean, dude, all the way from plastic surgery clinic to now I own and operate One Mission Nutrition. I own a
How big is that now?
I don't know. We're 7-figure, 8-figure. We're kind of rebranding right now. We bought two of my partners out, and we're completely rebranding things, and it does really well. But it's all direct to consumer and online because I don't want to do any retail because we do so well online and everybody's pushing to do retail. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to do retail. I just want to sell stuff online when I post on Instagram, you know. But the one thing that I realized really quickly, other than I don't have a clue what I'm doing with anything, was that I was willing to get in and just do shit and figure it out along the way, rather than, I think a lot of people that are smart spend a lot of time like, all right, let's put a business plan together. Bro, I have never in my life written a fucking business plan. Never. Not one time. I've seen one. I read one in Wikipedia one time. I had somebody send me one, but I've never in my life written a business plan. And it was like, I'll just go and go and go. And the truth behind my whole thought process is all I cared about was making money. I didn't care about the back end, the taxes, the infrastructure. And I really did a lot of things wrong, but I didn't care because cash was coming in and I was figuring it out, you know, kind of along the way.
Well, usually that's the key when you start a company's top line revenue.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else can be figured out.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people worry about everything else. They're so stuck on this, like, well, what happens if customer service? I'm like, you don't have customer service. You don't have any fucking product to sell. What are you talking about? Why are you worried about that? Figure that out. The rest of it, you can figure out. The cash is king. Cash is what makes sense. So I just kept going and launching stuff. So I own now with One Mission Nutrition, I own one of the biggest fitness expos in the United States. It's called FitCon. We did one in Utah. Last week we did one in Texas. And then in 2 months, we've got one in Florida. We're launching in Florida.
That's when you said, come speak at?
Yeah, that was when I wanted you to come out.
I said, I got to do it do it next year.
Yeah. Well, so we do 3 a year. I got one more in Florida. I'd love to have you come to. It's really cool.
Well, as you can see, I'm starting to get a little bit more in shape because I ain't speaking at a FitCon with fucking boobs.
Bro, you know what the thing is it's not about just being in shape. You know, fitness is a lifestyle thing and it's a mentality.
I know, but I would feel like a hypocrite.
Yeah, I get it. Because I feel the same way. Even launching, you know, Limitless Society, I feel like a hypocrite. I'm just like, God, am I really up to teach people about stuff, you know?
Well, the question is are you doing what you're preaching? So, and I, when it comes to fitness, I was not. Like, trust me, dude.
Yeah.
I ate the shit and it didn't work out at all for years. Freaking hated it. But, you know, if someone asked me, you know, how do I become successful? Dude, you should be getting into some sort of fitness program.
Yeah.
because the better you look, the better you feel. That's the truth.
Yeah.
So when you said, you know, I'm thinking, dude, I'm going to be up there, fat rolls, looking like a dick.
That's me,
sitting
man.
here talking shit. Everyone's buff walking around, and I'm sitting there with no discipline, no discipline. I think is the key.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're talking about startups, dude, I agree with you. Get the money.
Yeah.
Get selling some shit. Figure out the rest later.
Yeah.
So how old are you now?
34. 35.
So you've been cranking for like 14.
Yeah.
14, 15 years.
14, 15.
And
years.
so name all the ways you make money right now.
Oh. So One Mission Nutrition, the supplement company, FitCon. We just launched a company called Mana Health. It's essentially a hormone therapy company, but it's all online via, you never even have to leave your couch. It's actually great.
Is that like TRT and shit like that?
TRT, everything. But
HGH?
But it's all from your phone. You don't even have to go into a doctor's office.
Peptides,
everything.
Anything that says anti-aging, bro.
Yes, essentially. And dude, it's awesome. I have some really great partners in that company, but we launched it just 4 or 5 months ago. And it's been phenomenal. Like, people wanting to get younger is the whole thing, right? So we're like, let's capitalize on it. Let's give people what they want, but let's streamline it. Make it way easier. And then I build vehicles. I build custom vehicles. So our TV show is all about diesel truck builds, right? So I only do about 20 a year now. I don't do more than that because it takes so much time now. But essentially anything you could think in your mind, truck, car, SUV, I can build anything. It just takes your pocketbook, right? So now we have hundreds of people that love our show that want us to build shit for them. And they're always like, hey man, I got 10 grand. I want you to do wheels and tires. Like, take that to your local shop. If you want some fucking crazy stuff built, like the craziest stuff you could imagine, come to us. And we've built trucks for everybody, you know, like Logan Paul. We just built a truck for him. Marshawn Lynch, we've built, I mean, dude, it's kind of all over. Chuck Norris, we built something for Chuck Norris. So essentially now I have people come to me, more high profile, and they're usually friends. They're like, dude, hey, I want this truck. They'll send me a picture. Okay, cool. I'll tell you how much it's going to be. Get me written out, check, and I'll have you a vehicle in 6 months, whatever it is. I do that, and I do that a lot because it's something I fucking love to do.
Do you fabricate too?
Everything. I don't do it personally. I have a shop. I oversee it. So essentially, it's like your house builder, right? Like, he's not the guy framing. He's overseeing the whole entire project. He's putting essentially the whole thing together. And that's what I do now. So all you tell me what you want. I'll tell you exactly how we're going to do it, how long it's going to take, what it's going to take, and then how much money. And we lay it out and then we just go to work. And I'm building some really cool shit now, but that's another thing I do just for revenue. Obviously advertising stuff. People pay us all the time to do advertising, appearances. That's kind of been not a new thing, but something that people start spending a lot of money having us come to appearances.
Do you get recognized everywhere you go?
Yeah, pretty much everywhere. We went to Garth Brooks. We were with Garth Brooks last night. And,
what do you mean with him?
His crew.
I like old Garth Brooks.
I love Garth Brooks.
Garth's like, I would say the best ever.
I agree with you. So his crew that like does his whole thing, they're big fans of our show. So they came and we spent some time with them during the concert.
It's crazy because, dude, I've never seen the show.
Yeah, dude, and a lot of people.
I gotta go. Now I gotta go watch it. A lot of people
haven't really seen it, and I will give you a forewarning. And I'm gonna get crucified for this later by Discovery Channel, but it's total bullshit. The show's bullshit. It just is. And any real reality show is total bullshit. I hate to break anybody's hearts right now. Anything you see on TV that's filmed well is bullshit. If it's with a camera phone and they're doing this, it's probably real. But if it's a reality show, it's fake. It's been set up. And the reason I say that is
stage situations.
They stage everything. And then
like today, you guys are going to get in an argument.
Exactly. And then what happens is, like, let's say we actually have a real argument. They didn't get the right footage. So they go, hey guys, we got to reshoot that. And that shit happens every day, all day long. So the reason I say that and the reason I preface it is the Discovery Channel and the show has really hindered me more than it's helped me.
So you guys are like actors, kind of.
Yeah, essentially, because, dude, I'm the big dumb parts guy on TV. So you'll go watch the show and you'll be like, this is the guy I just had on the podcast. there's essentially three of us on the show, three main guys, Heavy D, Diesel Dave, and myself. And we do all kinds of fun shit. And the show's great. Like, it's fun. It's entertaining. Obviously, people watch it. But I'm this big, dumb parts guy.
Did you guys build Andy Frisella a big ass truck?
That big white one, the six-wheeler? Yeah.
Was that a Raptor?
Mm-mm.
What was it?
It was an F550 that we converted to essentially a bed and a 6-door. We built one for Marshmallow, same truck for Marshmallow.
That's a badass looking truck.
It was a badass truck. Yeah. Yeah. We've been
so
good
the show's
friends,
about building trucks
and all kinds of, like, we just branched off so hard into everything. Like, we've done helicopters, motorcycles, boats, trucks, cars, all
like imagination,
everything
type shit,
everything you can imagine. Shaquille O'Neal wants a big diesel motorcycle. Okay, cool. We'll build it for you. So
that's cool.
Now
I know where to go to get some toys.
Yeah, dude. You come to me and we'll do whatever you want. You think of it or you send me a picture, I'll build it for you. And I love that more than anything. Except for Limitless Society now, more than anything else, I like to build things. And it's not about me working with my hands. That's not what it is. I'm not going to take credit as a mechanic. I'm not a fucking mechanic. I like to say to you, listen, I can paint a picture and my canvas is that vehicle. I will make it the baddest thing you've ever seen and driven and ridden in, but this is what it's going to cost and this is our timeline. And I love that, man. The before and afters, if you scroll through my Instagram, you'll see hundreds of vehicles that I've personally built for people or for myself, and they're out of this world, and there's not a lot like it. There's a reason why Andy wanted that truck from us, and Marshmallow wanted the truck, and Logan Paul wanted a truck, because we build things most people can't build. And that's what I really, really enjoy. So even though I get good income from that, it's more something I like to do, Now
you're building people.
Yes. So now I decided to switch roles completely and just get into teaching people how to accomplish whatever the fuck they want to accomplish. I think now at 34, 35 years old, I've realized that true happiness, real lasting happiness and progress and meaning comes from helping other people in a really simple situation find out that what they're doing wrong just needs a tweak.
But how do you do it with, like, I'm assuming that you got lots of people in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
yeah,
how do you,
we have just under 1,000, and
because people always say, to me in my DMs, do you coach, do you mentor? I'm like, no, I don't, because, like, I don't want to have to spend so much time. And to me, I'd have to get to know you to figure out how to really help you. Now I can preach and give, hey dude, wake up in the fucking morning. But how do you help that many people?
So that's a really good question, because that was my biggest fear, was like, how do I service or help that many people? And I've come to a realization as I've spent time. Something that I pride myself in is when I meet people and I'm friends with people, I really, really want to have a good relationship with them. I only have two people in my life. You're either an acquaintance or you're a family member. I don't have anybody else. And I've created this place of, if you want to be successful, you have to dump energy, right, into things that you want and you want to create. And there's all these principles and habits that successful people do. And it's all the fucking same thing, man. It's not different. You're not doing anything different than me to get what you got. And I'm not doing anything than Andy Frisella to get what he got. The principles and the habits are the same. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I'll stand against anybody on a stage that says, I have a secret to tell you. You don't have a fucking secret, dude. You're lying.
It's truth.
It is. You and I both know that if you want a good relationship with your wife, you need to be fucking honest with her. You need to love her. You need to spend time with her, and shit's going to come. And when it comes, you have to put energy and time into her. Like, there's no secret there, dude. It's the same thing with anything else. Like, if I want to become successful, I have to spend time thinking about what I want to do and how I want to do it. And then there's habits on a daily basis. One of the most easy habits you could possibly do is get on your fucking cell phone and text 5 people a day and say, hey man, I was just thinking about you. I wanted to see how you were doing. And if there's any way I could add value to your life, that's it. You don't have to fucking do anything else. And every one of those people every one of them for the first 5 days and be like, fuck this guy, I don't want to talk to him. But then you're going to run into somebody with some type of opportunity to be like, dude, I really appreciate that. And guess what you just did? You just put your name in their brain. And as they grow and they do things, they're gonna be like, oh fuck, I'm going to text this guy.
Dude, I say it all the time.
All the time.
I got a thing called $1 Million Morning. I say, number one, wake up. Because most people, when they wake up, you know, they start thinking about the past, the problems, the situations. They get a little depressed.
Yes.
Most. And I say, listen, if I gave you $1 million, how would you feel? They're like, oh, that'd be crazy. I'd be so pumped up. And I said, well, would you rather wake up or have $1 million? Well, obviously wake up.
Yep.
So I'm like, why not have the same enthusiasm? So have the enthusiasm of getting $1 million the second your eyes open. That shifts your mindset. Then get up, work out. That's what you got to do. That's why I wasn't doing. So that's why I didn't want to preach. Work out. Focus on relationships by texting, I say 5 to 10 people every day, just something nice and positive.
Yeah.
Because relationships is where the money comes from.
100%.
All money comes from relationships.
100%.
So you get the relationships and then you'll get the money. You take the money, you get the health. You take the health, you get more money.
Yep.
Clarity and whatnot. And then the more money you got, the more relationships you get because you're in bigger and better rooms.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is if you're, and it's this cycle, right? Like, okay, so you stepped up and you leveled up. And when you leveled up, you started texting and talking to new people. And then you created again via text message or whatever. Hey man, I was just checking in on you. How are you doing? Is there anything I can do to add value to your life? Something simple. It doesn't need to be crazy, right? And you do that in every circle that you do it. And all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, I'm at the top. Like there's no one that's doing more than me.
Not only that, bro, but you're not one of those people that only call when you need something. Because there's a lot of those and you don't mean to do it, but it's like, you know, I might think, dude, I'm going to need a truck. Oh shit, I'll call Keaton.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize I ain't talked to you in fucking a month and a half.
Yeah.
And every time I call, I kind of need something.
Yep.
So if you get into the habit of texting people every day, and asking those questions, you're not the dude that calls every time you need something.
Dude, and you know the other thing that's kind of a secret is everybody likes to fucking hear that you're proud of them, right? One of my good friends, you know, Sean Whalen, he just did a really big event for the Lions Den.
I saw it online, dude.
And I text him. I said, hey, dude, I know no one's going to say this to you. I'm fucking proud of you, dude. I'm fucking proud that you just accomplished something that 10 years ago, no way you would have been able to do that. And all he wrote back was, dude, I really love you. I really appreciate this message because not one person has told me genuinely that they're proud. It's always, well, how'd you do it? Oh, how much money did you make? Oh man, I wish I was in the den, all these things. And Sean and I have been really good friends for a long time. But that's the kind of shit, dude. Like that's the stuff. It's small stuff. The text, and I don't do it anymore just because I'm looking to level up. I don't. I do it because I like it now. I'm like, dude, I'm proud of you. You fucking killed it, bro. And you know the best.
It looked awesome.
It was killer.
Did you speak there?
No. We were. Where were we? Oh, we had FitCon.
What venue was that? Because it looked like a badass venue.
Salt Lake. You remember what that venue was? Where he did the Lions Den? I can't remember the name of it. A really cool place though. And it wasn't way expensive. That's the cool thing. It wasn't like this crazy astronomical price. But I was
mostly the people showing up to that, the den people.
Yeah, everybody in there is showing up as a lion sheep or lions, not sheep.
Yeah, but it's not random people. It's people that follow Sean and or are in his masterminds or whatever.
Exactly. And that's kind of, I think, what it's for. Because I'm going to start doing those. But it's essentially to get people together and host an event and bring people out and you know, get them to learn more hands-on shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, he killed it. We were together in Cabo, 3 weeks ago, Sean and I and my good friend Rob Bailey. I don't know if you know Rob Bailey.
Yeah, dude. Dude, I just started listening to his music.
Is he not the best?
I just texted him this, or not text him. I DM'd him this morning. I've been trying to get his ass before I even knew anybody on dropping bombs.
Yeah.
But I started listening because I never really listened to his music. Just like I ain't seen your show. I don't listen to his music. But I started listening to it when I started working out.
Yeah.
Dude, and I just DM'd him this morning. I'm like, dude, your shit's fucking mental medicine.
Yes. 100%.
Like, dude, just the words and freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Dude. Big Rob Bailey fan now.
He asked me, he said, hey man, let me know how it goes. Because I want to get on and do that with him. And I said, yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. He's my absolute best friend. Rob and I were usually together once or twice a month, whether we're in Cabo or my house or whatever. It's one of the things that I've realized in my life, if I want to have healthy and good relationships, is I got to take time to spend time with people who help me on the basis of us spending time together, level up. And it's fucking mental medicine when him and I sit down, even with Sean, and sit down and all we do is talk, because it's not, how are you doing? How's this? Fuck those guys. I hate this. It's always leveling up shit And we're always talking about what's next. How much more are we going to do? So we spend a lot of time together. In fact, dude, the only reason I started my coaching group was because Rob and Sean, they were like, dude, you have to do one.
Did Rob do one?
Yeah. Rob launched one, about 8 months ago. It's called Clear, Calculated, Vicious. I'm going to be pissed. I don't remember. CCV is what he calls it. Clear, Calculated, Vicious. Killer program. Because his mentality is the same his music is. He's a no bullshit, in your face, doesn't give a fuck if you like him or not. He's here. And his mentality is that no one's going to come and save you. You have to do it yourself. And he's done that. He's built a huge culture of, his wife is Miss Olympia, or was Miss Olympia. Also one of her best friends, Dana Lynn Bailey. Their mentality is just awesome. And that's one of the reasons why we spend so much time together. He's one of my partners in Mana, the TRT clinic. But
doesn't he have a clothing company too?
Yeah, he has a lot. He's like me. He's kind of all over the place. He's got clothing company. He's got a few supplement companies. He's got a coaching group. Dana has like 4 companies. They have a lot. And he's very, very successful. Very hard mentality, but very, very successful. You'd like him on your show.
Well, dude, I invited him. He didn't respond.
He'll respond. I'll text him. I'll text him after this.
Yeah, tell him.
Maybe we'll FaceTime him after.
Tell him, dude, I'm a good dude. Besides that, man, I didn't know his music was like, it is. Like, fire. Dude, I've been telling people that are having a little bit hard time with just life. I said, dude, just put on some headphones, listen to these fucking songs.
Yes.
Like 100, Legendary. Like I got a whole, it's called Beast Workout on my playlist. That's what I named it.
Yep.
And it's all Rob Bailey.
Yeah. So did you ever see Andy when Andy lost his weight?
Yeah.
They did a video. One of Rob's videos is of Andy when he was heavy to when he got in shape. And the music is, what's the song called? Anyways,
what's it say? I'll tell you what it's called.
It's all about I won't back down. It's the new one. It's not his newest one. I'll look it up. But it's all about, put the shit on my back. I'm going forward. Like we're going. And the whole video is Andy Frizella losing weight, like getting his shit into shape, cause he did that over the last few years, and the video's unreal. And it's all because of the mentality of his music is that same piece. It's like, dude, fuck what you're feeling and doing. If you want to get better and be better, you got to step the fuck up to all the challenges. And I don't give a shit about your excuses. Everybody has some. Move forward.
One of the main sentences in one of the songs is, I deserve every minute of this.
Yeah.
You heard, the song I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like he's screaming it.
Yeah.
And I've been to a point where like, I don't want to fucking do cardio. I don't want to fucking work out. So I make excuses.
Yeah.
But, I finally decided, fuck that. I'm getting in shape. I'm getting a 6-pack. Yeah. And then I'll try to maintain around 10, 12% body fat.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start working out. Like there's no more choice. So I started listening to the Rob Bailey to pump me up, and that sentence, I deserve every minute of this. It again shifted my perspective. It's like before I was thinking, I deserve not to do this.
Yeah.
When in reality, dude, do you not think you're worth the work?
Yes.
That's what that made me believe.
Yeah.
Like I am worth every fucking minute of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know if that's what he meant.
Yeah.
When he said it or when he says it, but, and I don't know who's singing either. Who's Hustle? The Hustle Standard.
So there's 2 of them. Hustle is Charlie, his partner, and Rob's doing most of the yelling. And Hustle's doing a little bit more vocal stuff.
Is he a black dude? Sounds like a rapper.
No, they're both white.
Dude, it's like rapper rock almost, dude. It's fucking
he just
good.
came out with a new song called Guns and Ammo. The Guns and Ammo? Huh? Land and Ammo. Yeah.
Well, mental medicine. I thought of that. Yeah. I thought of that this morning as I was getting out of the gym. And I just DM'd him. I'm like, dude, your shit is like fucking mental medicine.
You got to have him on the show.
Anybody that's, depressed or struggling, I would say just get headphones, download the Beast Workout. I got them all, but download Rob Bailey and fucking just listen to the words and do the work.
Yep. Absolutely.
So how'd you meet him? How do you know all these celebs? Just the show, or do they live in Utah?
No, because I actually do what I preach. I messaged all kinds of people. And as soon as I became famous, quote unquote, on the show, everybody wanted to know who I was and who we were on the show. And
isn't that crazy?
It's funny. And
I need a fucking show.
And then, then you get put into these positions with people where you're like, holy shit, man, this is we're in the room of people that we looked up to, you know? I've been into the fitness world forever. I'm a big guy. I should probably be in better shape for being in fitness this long, but some of my favorite people in the whole world, like that I looked up to as a kid, are now some of my best friends. You know, Flex Lewis, who owns the Lair Gym. Yeah. And then Jay Cutler, who also lives out here.
Yeah.
I just texted him, actually said, let's do lunch. But like, these are people I looked up to like crazy when I was younger.
Jay Cutler came in here and we did a face swap. It's
really?
Fucking hilarious.
Dude, he's such a good dude. And he is one of the only dudes that will text me probably once a month. Hey man, just checking in on you. How are you doing? And he does that shit. And it's like, bro, you don't need anything from me. You got everything in the whole world. And he's checking in on me. And it makes me reaffirm the fact that that is what it takes to be successful, you know, to make people genuinely feel like you give a shit about them. And, you know, back to your point, it's like, dude, I'm hanging out with Jay Cutler. I get to work out with the dude that I had a poster on my wall of when I was a young kid. Crazy. And it's all because he was a fan of the show. I took him to Monster Jam. We do Monster Jam. You know, we have monster trucks.
Dude, I want to blow up Limitless Society for you.
Okay.
So like anybody listening right now, where do they go to sign up for that?
So we're in the process of kind of going through.
You got to apply?
No, yeah, you kind of do have to apply, but I'm letting everybody in right now. I am going to get into a place where I stop because it's just going to get so overwhelming that I can't help. But if you go to my Instagram, the link in my bio, in fact, the link in my bio on everything. So I have 3 or 4 million followers on TikTok, 1 million on Instagram, 1 million in Facebook, but all of those platforms, the link is in the bio and you can get in and actually see what it is we're doing. That is, and I genuinely mean that is where all my energy is going from here on out.
And so is it a weekly call? What is it?
Yeah. So every week I do a call. Everybody gets on the call with me and essentially we talk like this. But
you can't talk to all 1,000 people.
But what I've learned is I have a guy, a moderator, and he scrolls through everything while I'm talking so I can see. I get to see everybody's face. I don't do well if I just talk to like a fucking curtain.
I know.
When I'm talking to somebody, it's like, oh, okay. So he's scrolling through for me and he's catching all of these emotions and then he'll like stop on them. And then I start speaking to them. So we do the weekly call. We do meetups where like, if I'm in town, hey guys, I'm in town. Let's go do something. Like, even if it's 50 people, let's go, you know?
What type of thing?
I don't know. I just launched. I launched 2 weeks ago. So now I'm like in this interim of like, this blew up way more than I thought it would. And I love it more than I thought I would. This is all I want to be doing. So now, in fact, I'm going to get you to commit to me here on the show. I'm going to do an event at my house within the next probably 6 weeks. And I want you to come speak at it. That's one of the things. And a lot of these guys are like charging to do these events and I may get there, but right now, all I want to do is help people. So I'm going to say, hey, if you're in my group, you get to come to my fucking house, sit down, and we're going to teach. I'm going to have Annie come out. I'm going to have Brad come out. I'm going to have Rob come out, and we're going to do 4 hours of just fucking bombs and let people just soak it all in. So there's that. And then the biggest part, and this is, I think, the biggest part. I have an app that's called Discord. You heard of Discord?
Yeah, I got one now.
I didn't even know anything about it until I launched this 2 weeks ago. I guess it's a thing. And it's essentially
a big thing.
Yeah, it's a social media platform.
How many you got on there already?
I have 500, I think.
Yeah, that'll grow.
Yeah.
Do you know the address or how do you get there?
No, you can only get in if you're an actual member, right? And that gets sent. So once you sign up to Limitless Society, it runs you through all the videos, the layouts of everything. Because I have high expectations for everybody, even in the group. I tell people, if you're going to come in the group and sit around, get the fuck out of the group.
How much is the group?
It's $297 a month.
That's it.
It's it. $297 a month. And in the Discord, you're connecting with everybody, right? Like everybody's talking. I'm throwing up subjects and I'm teaching in there. So almost every day I'm teaching a principle or something.
How much time you spend in there?
3 to 5 hours a day. I'm in there. It's
kind of fun.
Dude, it's so cool because I'm seeing people connect.
Well, I got one called Crash House. I just started a while back.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm so busy because I got shit to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they keep going like, you want to pop in here? And so I'm like, dude, this takes time.
Yeah.
Like you got to focus on that.
Yeah. You
That's
have to put
5 hours
energy.
a day, huh?
Yeah. Dude, I'm just in there. And dude, I'm doing other stuff, right? Like I'm not just sitting there. I can't sit still and just, So, you know, I'm in, like, on the way here on the flight, I was in it and I was talking and messages, but dude, this is what's cool about that. I told everybody I have some fucking rules for Discord. If you show up here and you don't talk, I'm kicking you the fuck out of the group. If you show up and you don't support everybody's business, everybody's, like this lady just messaged me. She's like, hey, I think I'm going to start cookie company. I said, cool. I'm your first customer. I want a subscription. She was like, oh, okay, great. I said, guess what? Everybody in that fucking Discord better support you. I don't care if it's good business or not. We are all leveling up together. And if you're in this group and in this society, you are supporting everyone. And the only other rule I have, this is my only other rule.
What if they can't afford it? They're like, they'll be kicked out because they can't afford to support everybody.
They got it. Yeah, bro. Get out. You got to. If you want to level up, you have to be able to support people around you because they're going to support you, right? If I start a company and it's supplements and it's $49 to buy my protein and you go to another store and buy somebody else's shit, I don't want you in my fucking society and in my group. I don't want you supporting me, you know? So
that's how it should be.
It is, right? Like, how do we level up as a community, as a society? Everybody's supporting everybody. And if you for a second tell me that you're going to roll into Walmart and buy their shit over mine, fuck you, dude. I don't want you in my
GNC.
Group. Yeah, I don't want that. So anyways, in the society, in that group, I keep calling it society, but in that group, I said, listen, there's only one other rule. Don't you ever fucking talk shit on yourself and don't you ever talk shit in this group. If I catch either one of those, you're kicked out. The whole purpose of this is every single time you flip this open, it is nothing but crazy positive energy and everybody just boom, 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 leveling up. And dude, we launched 2-3 weeks ago and you should see the message. I mean, you know, because you have a Discord, but I'm getting people in there doing business with each other. I got people in there signing contracts for hundreds of thousands of dollars with each other. These are people who are living paycheck to paycheck.
Are you just texting all of this or typing all of this messaging in there? Because that's what I don't like about it. Like I can't keep up.
That's the one thing I don't like, but I just make a new hashtag thread. I'm just like, all right, well, this is what we're talking on today. And there's stuff I have in there. Like there's one thread that's introduce yourself and your company. Right. And that's a pretty clean thread. And then there's like community chat. I don't ever get in there because I'm like, dude, there's 100 people talking back and forth right here. And I'll just start new shit. And to go back to the question you asked me midway through this, you said, how do you teach these people? In there, I have monthly, weekly, and daily habits that you will fulfill or you won't stay. And those habits, as you know, are fairly similar across the board for people who are successful. And I say, listen,
you just give them a name or something?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, okay, hey, dude, your weekly habit is you have to do 1 ice bath a week. That's it. Like,
what if they don't? And how do you know?
I don't. It's all on the honor system. But I can tell you if they don't, then I'm going to get a text from them. Hey, your group doesn't work for me. Cool, man. Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a hard way to live, but
especially
that's
if you got, you know, real people doing real shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm into rhinos because they're fucking cool. But a group of rhinos is called a crash. Did you know that?
No, I know nothing about rhinos other than I kind of look like one.
So I fucking called my Discord Crash House.
Oh, okay.
And dude, it sounds very, very similar. Cause like I'm telling people, like, why do business with people that ain't in this motherfucker?
Yeah.
Like, dude, why would you go do business with a stranger and not with the person next to you? Assuming their product is good. Cause again, if you got shitty product, I ain't fucking buying your product if like I gotta consume it.
For sure.
But again, if you're in the group to level up, dude, level up your product.
Exactly. Because then that guy that you supported, guess what he's thinking? I can't wait till you do something because I'm going to support you. And then it's just this circle and cycle of success, leveling up, leveling up, and momentum. And dude, I'll tell you right now, I'm telling you, and mark my words on this fucking podcast, in 1 year, you watch how many people I change, how many people join Limitless Society, and how many millionaires I create in the next year.
That's awesome.
So,
dude, I damn near want to join. Like shit, I want to join. I know my audience is going to eat this shit up and you're going to get a shitload from me. You might go from 1,000 to 2,000.
That'd be great, man.
Just make sure Bomb Squad, you tell him so he knows I got more influence.
I got to give him a referral thing.
No, you don't give me no referral. I did that once because the guy wanted on my show. I didn't really know who he was. And I'm like, tell me why I'd get you on your show. Well, we're helping people get back for ERC credit. You heard of that shit?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm like, okay, whatever, fucking if it'll help audience people get money back from the IRS or the government. Yeah, so I just put up a link and I did a podcast and I dropped it and I made like $1.5 million fucking dollars.
Wow.
On commission. Because so many people got so much money back. And it's a real deal, man.
That's cool.
So like tell your fucking people, your Limitless people.
Yeah.
If you owned a business during COVID, dude, there's money out there.
100%.
And you know, like if you're listening to this, go to the real ERC specialists.com.
Just make sure
and fill out their form because it's just a questionnaire.
Yeah. Just make sure, because I made this mistake. You have to have real employees in your company to do that.
Yeah.
Because some of my companies, it's like they're all owners and that's it. So I'm like, oh, this is killer, right?
W-2 employees.
Yeah, you got to have W-2 employees. And I was like, wait, hold on. We just went through that whole process, and 4 of these companies are just all owners. And he's like, yeah, you're not going to get any money.
Did you sign up to because like if you told those 1,000 people, go get your money, dude, you'd make a fortune.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't. I haven't even.
I'll set you up with the dude that I got my deal with.
Him.
Because all it is like all I did is dropped an episode.
Yeah.
And I'm looking to help people get money back.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything to do with that.
Money.
Yeah, but like if there's a possibility where thousands join and you're going to pay me a piece monthly, well then maybe, but otherwise keep it
for sure.
Just for coming down here. You took your time, man. That's awesome. Limitless Society. You don't have a .com for that?
I do. It's that what I was saying is we're like in the process of buying the new domain, which is limitlesssociety.com. The dickhead wants hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm like, come on, for the domain.
Why don't you just add like I always add VT because of Lightspeed.
So that's what we're doing. So right now it's limitless.keatonhoskins.com is what the website is. We're changing it. I don't love having my name in the domain. I think that's kind of fucking goofy. So I'm working on it, but for right now, it's limitless.keatonhoskins.com that you can go to. And you know who my partner is Brett Knutson.
Oh, Brett Knutson.
Yeah.
Brett's a funny guy, dude.
He is, dude. And he's one of the best dudes I've ever met. He's such a good-hearted dude. I'm really, really grateful for my partnership with him in that. So he's essentially all my back end. And when I told him that we were going to do a podcast and that, you know, because I talked to your assistant forever about it, I was like, I'm not doing it until we have Limitless set up. He was like, oh, yeah, you got to wait, you know, because it'll be really beneficial for you. But he's the one that's kind of doing all the back end stuff.
Yeah, well, shit, dude, I do all of these things. Problem is I don't have the time.
I'm with
you. Where are you getting it all?
So
5 hours a day on Discord. And is your Discord free?
Yeah.
So it's like free. Like I can't be in there all day, 5 hours a day if it's free.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's part of that membership of $297 a month that you're getting. Because I will kick people out. If you're not in the program, you're not going to Discord. Like,
do you have to show up on the calls?
No, but
are your calls recorded?
Yes, you do have to watch the calls. You just don't. I do them at Tuesday at 4 p.m. And of course, dude, there's a lot of people working.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Closer School, dude. So now you can never be on Closer School.
What's Closer School?
Closer School is where Tuesdays at 4 p.m. I teach people sales, closing, persuasion, influence, mindset, personal branding.
Oh yeah, I got to be on it.
Basically the same shit, different words, different names.
Yeah.
You'll notice when you said earlier, it's all the same shit. Yes, it's all the same shit.
Yeah.
Everyone has their names. The smart ones, the real smart ones, like, Hormozy, smart as shit.
Yeah.
They build frameworks and give it their little names. And so now all of a sudden, what they're saying is way better than what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because they got a name for it.
Because it's just a tweak on it. And that's what I tell people. It's just a tweak, man.
It's branding.
It really is.
Like, look at Sean, dude. Sean Whalen's, that's all branding.
Yep.
And, he is a cool dude. So like everybody is like fucking lions, not sheep.
Yep.
And it's like, dude, maybe I should start like fucking rhinos, not cows.
That would be great.
And Sean would promote that.
Oh yeah.
He would say fucking copy exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah. And that's the thing, dude. That's why I tell you, Sean put a post up last week. It was like, hey, you guys keep asking me about if you want to join Lions Not Sheep or Limitless Society. Join them both. You're stupid if you don't. And that's the cool thing is when you create relationships with real people, there's no such thing as a scarcity mentality anymore, which a lot of people have. And it's like, oh shit, if you're going to use your product, they're not going to use my product. And it's this scarcity bullshit mentality. Yep. But in the relationships that you create with real people, you're not going to ever see that. You don't see that.
Not only that, dude, where can you get access to that type of weekly injection for $300? And not only that, if you're doing it like, I thought I was the only one doing that, but if you're doing it like what I'm talking about, the $300, you're probably going to get more business in that group than $300 anyway.
100%. I have told people that are like really worried because, I'm in there, the DMs selling people and saying, hey, you need to get in. I've told people, listen, you give me 3 months. You don't like it. You don't see any success. You come shake my hand. I'll refund you. I'm not fucking doing this with anybody. I'm not trying to bullshit with you. I'm not trying to sell you nothing. I'm telling you, you will be more successful financially, not just everywhere, but financially more successful in 3 months. And the $300 you spent, you should be able to 10x that every single month from just adding in these principles. That's why for me, I'm watching Discord like a hawk because I want to see people being successful because then I'm shouting them out. Oh, look, dude, you just went from $100,000 in sales to 600 in one deal because you're in this program.
You got me fired up. I want to get on my Discord right now. I want to start my own society. I like doing it. What I don't like is after a while, I think like, fuck, I've said it all.
Yeah.
Now what? Like this closer school, I've got 2 years worth of episodes.
Yeah.
So I store them all in our training system.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm telling people, go back through repetition because hearing it once is not training.
Not enough.
And after a while, I'm like, fuck, I have said this so many times. And there's like, few new people, but mainly same people been around for 2 years logging in what's crazy too is I've got probably about 700, I don't know, went to 1,100, 700 to 1,100 people.
Yeah.
But only 40, 50 log on Tuesdays at 4:00. I don't understand.
Dude, it's the same thing for me. I've just retired to the fact that people are doing things that don't necessarily allow them to pull themselves. You have to understand when we're teaching people that some of these people are working a 9 to 5, man. They can't leave their 9 to 5 to listen to your fucking phone call. They want to, but they don't have the ability to yet. And I understand that. I think a lot of people in my program are 9 to 5ers. And so, 4:00, they haven't left work yet. But what I do follow is how many times my in-vault recordings get played. Because I want to know if only, I think we had 160 on the call on Tuesday. I'm like, where's the rest of them? And then I'm going back to the recordings going, oh, it got played 400 times. Okay. 400 more people watched it. 160 were on. Okay. Those are real numbers. That's what I want to see,
Yeah.
So,
well, that's how you get the help is that accountability too.
Yes.
So Tuesdays at 4:00.
Tuesday, 4:00 is the calls, but I may end up changing that because I do want to be able to help more people that I want to have on the call. One of the things my content guy was like, hey man, so who writes your scripts for your call? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, well, who writes your scripts? Like prescriptions? What are you talking about? He's like, no, you're what you talk on. I was like, bro, you're in there with me. What do you mean? I don't have a script. I go off of how that crowd feels. Like I have some things I want to talk on, but I'll get in really quickly and I'll start looking at faces and seeing things. Like last week, I was supposed to talk on, not that it was boring, but some other like stuff. And I could see that there was a whole issue of some people being fearful of things. The whole fucking meeting was on fear is holding you back from everything. And fear has conquered more men from doing wonderful, great things than anything else in the whole world. So we're going to attack fear. And if you are allowing fear to control you, you're in the wrong fucking business. You're in the wrong spot. And if you can, for 1 minute, figure out what you're afraid of and then push towards that, 100% you're going to be more successful.
And you tie that to some sort of exercise or
Yeah. So then I challenge them, right? Every single call I give a challenge. I don't want to just fucking preach for no reason. It doesn't do anything if I just talk to you. If I don't give you a challenge, then it's a fucking waste of time. It doesn't matter if I'm Tony Robbins or God. If there's no challenge, you're not doing anything. So at the end of the call was, hey, what are you lying about on a daily basis? And people are like, oh, I'm like, no, you're lying. You fucking lie to yourself. You lie to everybody around you. What are you lying about? Do you know why you lie? Because you're afraid of something. I tell people all the time that I'm 300 pounds when I'm 310 pounds, right? Well, that's because I'm lying because I'm worried about the fact that I'm too big. Okay, that's
but you
the
don't
problem.
look fat, you just look big.
Yeah, well, but that's what I said to him. So, okay, let's address all the fucking lies you're saying. And then let's stop lying by pushing into the fact that it's because you're afraid of something and let's fix it. Why are you lying to your wife that you're going to the store buying shit for your car? Because you're afraid of how much money she's seeing you spend. So instead, you're going to go to her and say, I fucking love this vehicle. This is my passion. I want to do this and I need your support. I'm not going to fucking lie anymore about the $200 I spent on the air filter. I'm not going to do that.
Is there shit happening like that in the world?
Are you kidding me? Yes. You've been living somewhere. You got to come hang out with me for a little while. We'll go see some crazy shit. I like to spend time with people, even if they're just.
But dude, there's dudes out there that they're 100%. Afraid to tell their wife they spent $200.
Dude, I'll pull up I guarantee I got DMs right now of people saying I so badly want to join your program, but my wife will lose her mind if I tell her I'm going to spend $297.
Yeah, but see, again, like that to me, like I don't think I should be in a position of coaching because I'll tell people like, blow the bitch out.
Yeah.
Or do something stupid. And then I'm like, oh, I didn't know they had 4 kids. I didn't know this. Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's the thing, dude, you have to do that.
Yeah,
There's
because
too
dude,
much bullshit.
You should not have to explain to your wife anything.
No.
You guys should be a unit. You should be a partnership.
And there should be support.
And by the way, if like she's complaining about you spending money, maybe you should fucking stop spending money on that truck.
Maybe there's a fucking issue. And how are you going to figure out the issue if you're not going to be honest? Right?
But how do you know though? Because that's where I
how do you know
back? Because like I don't want to give bad advice.
Yeah, but there's no such thing as bad advice if it's truth. It just may hurt some people. You know, on my first call, this is no joke. I got on my first call, call, and I said, all right, hey, I'm really reluctant to do this, but I feel like I have to do it. The first two principles that I'm teaching on are setting boundaries and kicking people the fuck out of your life. And I said, I know that when I go through this today, some of you are going to get divorced.
Do you have bullet points that you're covering?
No.
So you just go with whatever you want.
I just go with whatever I feel like needs to be said. And I said, number one, you got to set boundaries. Most of you don't have any fucking boundaries. You let people walk all over you. Your wife, your kids, your friends, your family, you fucking let them walk all over you. You got to set boundaries from here on out. No more bullshit. If you're not at peace and you don't feel good in your own little shit, then you don't have boundaries. You need to set those fucking boundaries up. Then the people that don't remain in your boundaries need to be cut the fuck out of your life, whether it's your parents, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your children. I don't care who it is. And I know that's hard. And I said to him, I know some of you are going to get divorced after this conversation. And that's hard for me to accept. But the truth still is the same. You have to have boundaries and you have to cut people out. One of the greatest people in my whole life is my mom. When I went through a divorce, she was toxic because of the information that she had received. I had to cut my mom out. I see my mom every single week. We go to dinner every single Sunday at my mom's house. I didn't see her for 4 months because I had to cut her the fuck out of my life because it was toxic and she wasn't abiding by my boundaries. You want to talk about hard? It was hard. But then she came back into my life and created her own set of boundaries that we now abide by together, and our relationship is 10 times better. But that first call, I was like, listen, you're cutting people out, and your challenge is to cut someone the fuck out this week.
Now, next week when we jump on, do you now say, who'd you cut out?
So I just picked some random dude. I'm like, hey, man, I know you're not going to want to do this. Tell me.
Do you have assistants that are helping
I got a moderator.
Remind you?
I got a moderator that's like doing everything, right? Like while I'm talking, he's like, See,
that's what I'm missing.
Yeah, you need to get one because I'm bad with technology. I'm really bad with technology. So I pull this kid on and he's Polynesian. And most people don't know Polynesians are very family oriented and very loyal, and they are loyal to a fault. They will die over loyalty, even if it's to a fault. So he gets on, this big dude like me, and he starts crying. He's like, I cut off my mom, my dad, my brothers, my sister, my friends. I'm like, oh shit, man, take it easy. And then he starts rolling into it. He's like, every one of them told me I shouldn't marry my wife. Everyone told me I shouldn't run my barbershop. Everyone told me to quit and stop doing this. Every single one of them came at me and I said, okay, so how do you feel? And he smiled and he was like, I feel so much better. I feel like the whole world has been lifted off of me. And then the next week, which is this last week, he came and cut my hair. He was like, can I come cut your hair? I just want to, I was like, yeah, dude, come on and cut my hair. He was telling me, bro, one of my brothers came back in and was like, I'm really sorry that I've been toxic to you, dude. I don't want to do that shit no more. And he told me the other one's like, fuck you, man, get out of my life. That's okay, dude. And that's hard, right? That's a hard principle, but it's a fucking true principle. And even talking about like, I don't know your situation. It doesn't matter if you know their situation or not. The truth is the truth. And if you're getting your dick kicked in, It doesn't matter if it's your wife that's doing it. Get the fuck out of that. I wrote a book 2 years ago on divorce, right? And the book's called The Divorce Handbook, and the subtitle is Going to War with Yourself. Because obviously it's a whole, like, it's all about you and going into this like war zone into figuring out why the fuck you're stupid and doing the stupid shit you're doing. Whether you think it's your fault or not, it's your fault. And essentially the whole point is like, listen, I know that what I'm teaching you right now is going to kick you in the dick for a minute. You may get divorced, but guess what, man? In 5 years, when you have a new wife and a new spouse and they respect you and support you and love you, you're going to look back and go, why the fuck did I take so long to do that? I'm not an advocate for divorce, but I'm definitely not an advocate for relationships that suck ass and drain you, and it's not worth doing. And at the end of the day, you, like me, I don't want to tell people to get divorced. I don't know your situation. You got 7 kids and you got divorced. Fuck, that sucks. But you deserve and they deserve to be in a better place. And if you can't fix it by living up to real fucking stuff, then you need to get out and you need to do it with somebody else. And that's how I do my calls, man. I'm just like, listen,
it is the truth, too.
I know that it's going to be hard, but that's what you got to fucking do.
And it's the truth.
Yeah.
It's just like, to me, when I'm thinking, number one, you got a bunch of kids. Number two, who do I believe?
Yeah.
You're telling me, well, my wife said this and that. And so you say, well, go do this. And turns out, maybe the truth is, the wife's not doing that. You're doing this, that, and the other thing. So now anyway, it's just me doing what I normally do, which is like, I don't want to fuck up.
Yeah.
Basically. It's
and
me
you
being
don't
a puss.
and you don't want to hurt somebody too. It's a fair fear.
Yeah, but I need to get rid of that shit.
You do, dude.
I could have fucking thousands of people paying me $300 a month. And when you get in the thousands, dude, that's a nice little chunk of change for a weekly call.
For sure, man.
Not to mention all the things that happen outside of that.
Yeah.
Investment groups, relationships, agreements, deals, deal flow.
Yeah.
Live events.
I mean, dude, that's the coolest thing. Now I've met with, I don't know, 5 people already in the group that want me to be their business partner.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
deal flow is crazy.
It's more stuff, which some I'll take and some I won't. But dude, at the end of the day, it's all about that whole network and leveling everything up. And everybody's like, well, fuck, I want to level up with this guy. That's it. That's all it is.
Why didn't you call it Level Up Society?
I actually thought about that. I really did. That was one of the ones we were thinking about names, and I kept telling her stuff. She's like, that's stupid. And I was like, one of them was, well, why not Level Up Society? Remember when we were sitting on the couch? And it didn't feel right. I love the idea of limitless because every single thing in my life at this point has based around the fact that in my mind, I genuinely feel like I'm limitless. And in one of my first calls, I talked about, you think in the 1700s when somebody said, I'm going to fly, that everybody's like, you fucking idiot. You're stupid. You're never going to do that. It's impossible. Not impossible. I flew here today. It may have taken time, but there is no such thing there's no limits. None. Zero. What are you? Well, we're not going to be able to walk on the moon, and we're not going to be able to get to Mars, and we're not going to be able to swim underwater and breathe. There is no such thing as limits.
I'll give you one.
What?
You ain't playing for the Lakers.
That's not true. I could. 100%.
Let's make a bet.
Dude, if all I wanted to do, if that was my only goal, and all I did day in and day out for the next 3 years, I woke up at 4 and I went to bed at 10 and I did nothing but bust my ass to get there. 100% I could get there. 100%.
I think the possibility is there. I would agree with that.
And that's essentially what I'm saying, right? I'm not just saying like,
because you gotta have some skill.
Yeah, but you also have to have work. You also have to have a lot of other things. The other reason I say yes to that, I'm actually very athletic for as big as I am. I played college football. I did some stuff. If Rob and I had this conversation in Cabo 2 weeks ago. Rob's like, if I wanted to play in the NFL tomorrow, I would do it. It would just take me 4 years of nothing but work and work and work. And I guarantee you I would sit the fucking bench in LA, but I'd get there.
Where was Jeremiah Evans with you?
No, not in Cabo. He was with us last night when we were at Garth Brooks.
Oh, that's what I saw.
Yeah.
He's a funny dude.
He's a good dude, man.
He seems
really
like
good
a dude.
He was the one that I asked about you when your assistant contacted me to do your podcast.
What did he say?
And he was like, dude, he's awesome. He'll be a ton of fun. You'll love. And he said to me, he goes, you guys are a lot alike. So you'll really like to get, you know. And then I told him yesterday, I said, we got to go home, man. Cause it was like 12 o'clock. I was like, we got to go home. I got to take a flight at 6 a.m. out to Brad's. He's like, oh yeah, you got to go home. But yeah, he's one of my good friends.
Dude, I appreciate you guys coming all the way down here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got other shit to do, but definitely appreciate it.
No, this is it, man.
In person's always better. Of course, I don't know if someone told you, I would have done a Zoom with you.
No, I don't do Zooms.
Zooms are.
The thing is I get asked, I mean, dude, I get asked 100 times a day to do one. And then I'm always like, no, I don't have time. And then they go, well, let's do a Zoom. I don't do Zooms. I don't like it. I like to do in-person stuff.
Yeah.
Because I want to create a relationship with somebody, or I want to break a relationship with somebody. Like if I don't like you and this doesn't work out, I want to know is I don't want to fucking try to do something with you in the future. I don't want to DM you. I don't do any of those things. If we don't work and we can't create a cool relationship, I'm either all the way in or I'm like, nah, I fucking want to do this podcast. Cool guy. I'll never talk to him again, which I do a lot with people.
Another habit. That's a good habit to get into. Why? Because why waste time?
There's no reason.
Not only that, I mean, time's, when you look at it, the most valuable thing.
Yes.
And a lot of people that are limited, not limitless, believe that, you know, we only have 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
I always say that's not true. Do you know that? Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause like let's say you have 100 employees and they're giving you 8 hours a day. Well, there's 800 hours.
Yep.
So time is all made up shit.
It really is.
And 9 times out of 10, just like I'm now getting in shape, the only reason is because I made it a priority. So it's just like, you know, there's a book out there. It said he's just not that into you. You ever, or she.
There's a movie, isn't it?
Yeah. Basically, they're saying, look, if the motherfucker likes you, dude, he'll fucking find time to call you. Quit bullshitting yourself.
Yeah.
Same thing. You want to be in shape? You can get in fucking shape. You just got to stop bullshitting yourself.
Yeah.
Make it a priority.
Which most people don't do. And that's the thing. Like you talk about unlimited time. Like that's true. I have 2 assistants. We have a nanny. Those people are doing things that otherwise would have taken time out of my day that I don't have to do anymore so that I can do the things that I want to do. So you're right, dude. And I can keep growing that. I can do that. So I have 100 assistants doing everything from wiping my ass to making my bed.
Would you let one do that?
I don't know, man. I mean, at this point, I don't say no to anything anymore, you know, like whatever.
I just think that'd be a vulnerable position to be in.
Yeah, it might be. But if that's their only job and you tell them, hey, man, I'm going to pay you well, just don't say anything. I mean, it is what it is.
Hilarious. Dude, I'll return the favor for you coming down here and I'll come up to your spot and talk to your team or talk to your group.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't know what I'll say, but I'm sure I'll figure it out when I get there.
Yeah. I won't give you a topic. I refuse. I've been at so many speaking events where they're like, can you talk on this? No, I'm going to talk on whatever I want to talk on.
Yeah, I usually just walk out and just start talking. But, you know, to me, I'm still amazed that people want me to fucking talk.
Yeah.
Like, dude, in my opinion, I haven't really done anything yet. Like, let me get to $1 billion.
Yeah.
Then I think you've done something.
Yeah.
To me, the billionaire is the new millionaire. When I was young, dude, we lived in a blue collar family, didn't have any money. Nobody in our family was rich. And so, you know, I always wanted to be a millionaire, thinking a millionaire was, you know, luxurious and whatnot. Now, dude, a millionaire is you're not going to have a house like yours. It's like, it's tough, $1 million. You could be a millionaire and still be a normal person living broke at another level.
You could be a millionaire doing paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah. And then, dude, it's like, how do you get people to the next level?
Yeah.
You know, how do you get them to level up, as you keep saying? And the answer, one of the answers, again, as you pointed out, they're all the same fucking answers. It's who you hang around.
Yep.
It's who the fuck are you listening to?
Yep. Like, get in a group, get in Limitless Society. They go there by again, Limitless.KeatonHoskins.com.
KeatonHoskins.com. You ain't got a book yet either?
For Limitless or a book that I
wrote?
wrote?
A book?
Yeah.
What people want to go get your book?
The Divorce Handbook is on Amazon. They can get it on Amazon. It was the #1 seller for divorce books.
And then fitandhealth.com. That's where you get some supplements.
No. One Mission Nutrition is my supplement company. Really, really cool idea. I don't want to do a big plug for it, but One Mission Nutrition, I have top shelf supplements. I'll put that against anybody because our facility is stupid. Like we do
in Utah?
FDA, no, in Montana. But that's not what's the coolest part. The cool part is we give free supplements to the military. So you buy something from me, I ship to a member in the military that's across seas.
That's awesome.
So pretty much anything you buy, I literally double it and send it to guys out there. Because the truth is they're eating, sleeping, working out, and fighting. What can I do with those 4 things? The only thing I can do is give them supplements for free, you know? So that's kind of that's
the reason to go do it right there.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Now, your show is still going. It's still on Discovery.
It's called Diesel Brothers. It's on Discovery Channel. Our new season, we haven't been told when it's going to air, but it will be within the next 60 days.
Are you on Hulu where people can look it up?
Yeah, Netflix, it is on Hulu.
I got to go find you.
Yeah, you can find it. Oh, so if you go to Discovery Plus, you can actually get it all there.
How many seasons have you had?
8.
No shit.
Yeah, 8 seasons.
Fuck, dude, it's crazy. I got a full-on celebrity. See, I told you I brought a real treat for you today. Didn't even know such a treat was coming.
Yeah, this is our 8th season, and we've been #1 for quite a long time on Discovery.
Dude, that makes you showing up even more valuable.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And folks, if you guys aren't already convinced, dude, just go follow the guy for a little bit of time and you'll see what I saw. And I guarantee you, dude, this guy can help you level up. Until next time, keep it real. Thanks for coming.
Dropping bombs with the real Bradley. Subscribe now.